Hi, my name is Madelen Löw. I'm the founder of We Rise Again. It's a non-profit organization for persons with disability who've been sexually abused in Sweden. Before I tell my story, I just want to thank Soraya to do this. It's really, really important, even in Sweden. Okay. I was sexually abused for the first time when I was 10 years old. It was by a friend from a mutual sports club. That led me to get a totally wrong picture of how relationship between girls and boys should be. I got the impression that girls should please guys even if she doesn't want to. I got abused again later in my teens and on into adulthood, but this time it was sexual violence. When I was about 25 years old, I fell into a deep depression and was forced to process the events that I had repressed in order to survive. I went to therapy for several years, and it was not until many years later that I realized what I really had been through. In my case, it's about 10 male offenders at several locations. It was a friend, neighbor, several taxi drivers who subjected me to everything from sexual abuse to rape. I also lived in a relationship where my boyfriend regularly abused me sexually for several years. There is not much research on the subject in Sweden, but what little there is shows that with a disability, you will be exposed to a greater extent than people without disability. It also shows that the perpetrators often are someone we depend on, such as family members, partners, healthcare professionals, and taxi drivers. In Sweden, there are no criminal code for when a person with a disability reporting a crime. Therefore, we have almost no statistics, and our society does not believe in anything without statistics. That's a really big problem. It's also the case that when we dare to talk about the abuse, we are rarely believed. It's extremely rare that a crime report leads to prosecution. But if it would go to prosecution, we have not enough knowledge about disabilities in the justice system, so our story is not enough for conviction. This is an extremely serious problem. In February 2016, I started We Rise Again, and we are working to spread the awareness about sexual violence against persons with disabilities in our society. I lecture on my own experience and hope that my story will make others dare to tell their story and even dare to report the perpetrator, which I never had the courage to do. In our first year, I have met many people who have told me in confidence that they too have been sexually abused, and mostly it is a taxi driver who is the perpetrator. We have also been contacted through our website by people who just want to feel that they are not alone with their traumatic experience. I am amazed and frustrated that we are not working more with something that is so common in everyday life for some of us. At the same time, I am proud that I can support other victims and give hope that it is possible to live on after sexual violence. Now I ask politicians to really seriously tackle this enormous problem in our society. That this actually is very important. We all need to work together to improve the knowledge on this matter in both healthcare, the police, and in the justice system. We are many people with disability around the world who are exposed to sexual violence, and no one sees or hears us. Thank you.